All right, thank you for coming today. Tell us your name and tell us about your project.
Well, my name is Albert Mitchelson. My partner, Mr. Edward Morley, and I performed experiments over the spring and summer of 1887 regarding the speed of light with relative motion through aether winds.
What were you guys trying to do and
Find. The original purpose of our experiment was to prove the existence of aether and
to find if light traveled?
traveled at the same speed in all directions. Noticing that the speed of sound depended upon the medium through which it traveled, we theorized that the speed of light also depended upon its medium. The fluctuation in the speed of light would be caused by it traveling through what was known as ether. The way we did this was by sending a beam of light toward a mirror and calculating the amount of time it took the light to make it to the mirror and back. If the aether winds did exist, the time it took the light to make it to the mirror would be
Different from the amount of time it took it to.
come back. This is because the aether would be flowing in one direction like a gust of wind. It would help the speed of light in one direction, but add resistance to it in the opposite direction. Many people believed in the existence of aether and based many of their theories off of it. We were just trying to prove their theories and help advance the physics world, but it appears we did quite the opposite.
Where did the project or experiment
Occur. We conducted our experiment in a lab located at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. What other significant events were happening around the world at that time? Around this time, Heinrich Hertz discovered the photoelectric effect on the production and reception of electromagnetic waves in radio. This was an important move towards the understanding of the quantum nature of light. Um, who else was involved in the project? As I stated before, my partner in the experiment was Mr. Edward Morley. He was extremely helpful, and he helped obtain and organize the data that eventually allowed us to publish our findings. Without him, I don't think any of this would have been possible. I hope he would say the same for me.
what was your role?
In the project. Well, my role specifically was to build and maintain the equipment used in our experiment. This includes
The mirrors, the light.
beams, the reflective plate, and anything else used. I also managed the setup of the equipment, taking the precise measurements that ensured accurate data with the least amount of error possible. I also came up with the idea of putting the whole system on a turntable. This allowed us to test if a moving reference frame would affect the data and further prove or disprove the existence
Of
of
aether.
ether.
With the result of our experiment,
It turns out that the turntable was a bit unnecessary because our data showed that ether doesn't exist. However, I'm still glad we did this to make sure our finding was just that much more credible and just less likely to be argued upon.
what impact did your project?
Project have on the physics community? Well, ultimately our data showed that light travels at the same speed regardless of a stationary or moving reference frame, thus disproving the existence of ether. We
Also proved that
that the speed of light traveled at the same speed, the speed,
the speed of light was the same in
in all
all.
directions. This was the exact opposite of what me and my partner had set out to do. The new discovery showed that the speed of light is always constant, regardless of the medium or reference frame that is moving within.
So there's been a lot of talk.
And the experiment is kind of known as a failure. Why is that? I believe that this is because of two reasons. The first being that we originally hoped to prove ether, and we had failed by seemingly doing the opposite and disproving it totally.
Also, our experiment argued.
Argued against the existence of ether, this was something that was generally thought to be true. This affected many theories of the inner workings of our world, and the very theory we set out to prove.
Now, much later.
Later in my life, my namesake, Albert Einstein, developed his theories of special and general relativity. His theories further prove our findings to be true and actually not a failure as everyone had stated. With his theories and our findings, I believe we are one more step closer to discovering the true working of our universe. Thank you.